Spooky, scary skeletons and shivers down your spine. Shrieking skulls will shock your soul, seal your doom tonight.
It was uploaded yesterday, and it's still number one trending on gaming. At least I assume it's still. I mean, it will have to be, right? Anyways, hey everyone, it's the Micro. Welcome to another video. Today we're reacting to Game Theory, the Kindergarten Family Secret. Now, Kindergarten is a game series that I honestly really enjoy seeing. Unfortunately, it's gonna be a while before I get to play it for myself, but watching 8-Bit Ryan and MatPat with Stephanie on GT Live and a whole lot of other YouTubers play it and see how this. It was just so fun to see the story and the characters develop and whatnot. And when in the first Kindergarten, then when Kindergarten 2 came out, I was happy. It felt like there was so much put into it too, compared to the first game. Like, my goodness. But apparently there's something having to do with Nugget, and apparently the janitor and dumpster lady. Did she have an official name? I can't remember. It looks like Matt's claiming that they are the parents of Nugget, apparently. At least from the thumbnail. Like, I mean, I don't know if that could be possible. But I mean, well, maybe it could even have to do with Nugget. Maybe it has to do with something completely else. I mean, I thought if Matt was ever going to do a Kindergarten theory, like an actual theory, another theory. I think he did one actually, whichever did. I can't remember what it was though. Like, it would be why the Monstermon cards have this much power, or why the teachers are doing all this stuff all the principals of the schools are doing what they're doing. I won't spoil anything, really. But just be warned, there's no doubt going to be spoilers for Kindergarten 2, which, at least a while ago, but not too much of a while ago. So if you still haven't seen people watching it, if you're planning on doing so, or playing it yourselves, then no, you've been warned. Then again, that's basically a given.
Sharpen up your pencils without breaking the tip-off in the machine, because today's
Accurate.
school is back in session. We're talking kindergarten, and the question on everyone's mind, what is the deal with Nuggets?
What are you doing here? Nugget thought he took care of all the people at the end of his last game. Nugget does not want another Nugget theory. Nugget has some delicious golden rounds in the microwave right now. Cannot be bothered with your paltry series.
But Nugget, what else would we talk about? It's kindergarten. This is practically your game. There's not like there's a whole lot of story here to work with.
And all the story that isn't there, I mean, just about all of it is, answered, other than stuff like, why the teachers and principals are doing this sort of thing, why the Monstermon cards have so much power, all that sort of thing.
No story? Oh, well, dum-dum, of course there's lore here. There's a story at work in my game that you lose your little pebble brain. This theory goes deeper than the Nugget Cave. It's darker than the sad fantasy.
Ooh.
Oh, hi!
Okay, he's got the ropes. Alright, is Nugget going to be taking over this time? Oh, you see that yellow spot? Was that always there? I don't think so. Or maybe I'm just stupid. I don't know.
Hello, Internet! Welcome to Game Theory, where today we're revisiting one of my favorite games of the year, Kindergarten. Now, I don't know about you, but to me, Kindergarten was that special time in life where things were just a little bit simpler. When the
Indeed.
edgiest life got was a pair of safety scissors and the coolest kids were the ones walking around with clear gel glue in their socks. But if video games are to be believed, this formative year of education has certainly got a bit more cutthroat since I was last in school. Apparently,
Yeah.
it's now a world where the adults are all out to get you. The other kids are hiding weaponized lasers, just waiting for their chance to assert playground dominance. I guess we've really adopted the mantra of survival of the fittest in our society. Anyway, if you're not familiar with Kindergarten or the sequel, first off, just go play the games. Catch up. They're short, they're cheap, and they absolutely deserve to be played through to completion. In
They
fact,
do.
like most of the endings, lots of children wind up on the wrong end of the janitor's.
Not Jer. I was about to say, I haven't played it myself, and although I've always seen the entirety of both games, I'm still gonna play them. I'm still gonna play them. They're just that cool, really.
Mom, so to speak, which, you know, is kind of the tentpole programming for this channel, meaning that you're probably going to enjoy your gameplay experience. Kindergarten and Kindergarten 2 are to basically survive the day while helping your fellow classmates and teachers with totally brand-safe plots that they all have in place, which include
Absolutely.
finding more mystery pills, growing their black market empire, or brutally finishing off their twin brother in a bid to claim sole ownership over their dad's billion-dollar corporation. You know, typical activities for a normal 5-year-old. Kindergarten 2 features familiar faces who managed to survive the first game. Bugs the bully, Jerome the ex-principal's son, mean girl Cindy,
The
Ah,
best one,
Cindy.
Nugget.
sure, smart salesman
He is the
Locke,
best,
plot device
honestly.
Lily.
Nugget likes the pretty Lily.
If you say so. Since
Oh
we're
my
not the
goodness,
name practitioners,
that
so
gives
what's
me
the
that
preschoolers?
gives
As
me
well as
fuzzies.
adults, like the drug-addled Miss Applegate, murder-prone janitor. But the sequel also introduces some new faces into the mix, like the principal who experiments on kids, her daughter bot, Professor Giant Forehead, and Bob. Well, just a really nice janitor. Yeah, he's just really sweet. So,
He's
you
really
know, this is
cool.
not going to last too long in this world. As the game unfolds, we piece together information that helps to build backstories for many of the characters that are a lot deeper than you'd expect for an 8-bit game that only takes a few hours to play. For instance, we know that Cindy's background is littered with domestic issues, drinking, divorce. We know that Miss Applegate has a long-standing struggle with substance abuse, and that Penny underwent some horrific physical trauma that made her into the android that she is today. But of all the characters, no one's backstory is more intriguing, more heavily guarded than the janitor's. I mean, even though we end up fighting giant sci-fi monsters in the cave under the school building by the end of the game, the janitor really is the game's main antagonist, as he ruthlessly mows down.
That's true. He probably kills the most people. Oh crap! I did not mean to do that. But he kills a lot of. And really for no reason. Really for no reason. In the first game, he kills Monty. Like as you can see, he's killing Monty just with the fact that he corrected him. That Monty corrected him on spelling biscuits wrong.
Was down students and faculty alike, even taking out his fellow janitor.
Whoa! I never saw that.
The janitor's code, after all. Told you Bob wasn't long for this world. In kindergarten,
I knew he was going to kill Bob, but
the janitor regularly bumps off children for little to no cause. Everything from talking to him too much to correcting his grammar.
Like I
He
said.
states several times that he's not even supposed to be in mob length of children. As we help him to forge his trail of destruction, small bits and pieces of his backstory get leaked out, but it's nothing all that meaningful, at least until one random line in Kindergarten 2. Reminds me of my son.
oh yeah,
Ugly, and I gave him away. Excuse me, what? The murderous janitor has himself a secret son? I don't know what's the biggest revelation here. That he has a kid, that he didn't kill the kid, or that he found himself a lady friend who was willing to meet him in the broom closet in the first place. You know what I mean. Regardless, this is a huge reveal for a character that's largely remained shrouded in old, cranky, murdery mystery. Now, it could just be a cool Easter egg, a throwaway line mixed in for the lulz and to lightly flesh out this mysterious character. But in these games,
And just to be messed up.
character tend to factor into
Because this game is messed up.
way or another. For instance, you learn that Nugget has a behavioral disorder that he's being medicated for, but he doesn't use pills. That information pays off because it explains why he always has pills ready to give to Miss Applegate. Jerome is an egomaniac in the first game, but again, this pays off when the player can use that hubris to get access to his dad, the principal. Likewise, in the second game, we learned that Penny was in a tragic accident as a baby, which plays directly into her existence as a robot during the course of that game. These details don't tend to be random. They're built in so we can either use them as logical clues for gameplay, or at the very least paint a clearer picture of the kindergarten universe. Sure, the characters in these games may be relatively thin, but the details that we learn about them certainly aren't arbitrary. So with that in mind, it seems fair to ask, is there a connection between the janitor's backstory and what we see happening in the game? In other words, we know that the janitor has himself a secret son that he gave up at an early age out there somewhere. Could that son be one of the kids that we see in either of these two kindergarten games? To find out, I scoured every storyline and every dialogue tree across both these games to see if any other characters dropped hints about
Oh,
their
that's a lot of
background.
dialogue.
Details that would potentially imply that they were abandoned by an evil, hateful, rage-fueled member of the custodial staff. And shockingly, I think I found it. I think we have ourselves not just a viable candidate, but a probable one. Kindergarten's most closely held secret is that the janitor has a son that attends the very school he's working at. He doesn't even realize it. And that, my friends, is what we're exposing today. Like an episode of Maury, we're opening up that manila envelope to tell the janitor that yes,
Oh my.
you
are the father.
Given the janitor's age, Monty notes in kindergarten 1 that he's an octogenarian, which puts him in his 80s. Almost no one is off limits, but the janitor does specifically say that he abandoned the son, so that immediately eliminates all the female characters across both games. We won't include the hall monitors as an option here because we never really learn all that much about them, other than one likes smoking, cats, and smoky cats. Same goes for all the generic kids that are being used in experiments underneath the school. They're just not important enough for us to care, so stay in your test tubes like good little kids. So with that, our list of potential secret sons looks like this: Billy, Bugs, the twins Felix and Ted, Jerome, Monty, and Ozzy. Equipped with our father and a list of potential sons, it's time to play
Well, I don't think it could be Billy because you know he's Lily's sister. The janitor said he only had a son. At least to what I can remember, because my memory's crap. Even though he literally just went over, he had a son. And if it was he had more than one. I mean, just a few minutes ago or something like that.
Verse Mamma Mia, match the kids to the parents. Now, we can take some of these out of contention pretty quickly. Billy is known to be a twin with his sister Lily, and the janitor never mentions also abandoning a girl, so we're going to take him off the list. Same goes with Felix and Ted. The janitor says he abandoned a son and not sons. We also know that Jerome's father was the principal from kindergarten 1, so that knocks him out of contention, and already we're down to half of our original contestants on who's your daddy: Monty, Ozzy, and Bugs. The new guy in this trio is Ozzy, who we meet for the first time in kindergarten 2.
I think it might be Bugs.
Also happens to be the
For a
game
specific
where we
reason.
first learn about the janitor's secret son. Coincidence? I think so. The whole MO is that he doesn't trust the new kids, which, gotta be honest, is probably a good decision considering that they help forward plots that get him bumped off in multiple different playthroughs. The only other things that we learn about Ozzy is that he's got himself some OCD, a bad case of asthma, and that his mom runs a successful company. The janitor never mentions anything about any of these things. In fact, the two characters never interact at all, which would make it a pretty difficult theory to float. Not even I can stretch that far this time. Moving on to Monty. We actually have ourselves the complete opposite story. Whereas Ozzy and the janitor have no connection whatsoever.
Oh, they have a lot.
The janitor are constantly at odds.
They are.
We know in the first game that the janitor sells Monty the school supplies, so they're briefly in business together. But when Monty corrects the janitor's spelling, all alliances are thrown out the window. In kindergarten 2, Monty gets himself some revenge by blasting the janitor out of existence with a laser. So, unlike Ozzy, there's at least some history here to go off of, but let's be honest, the two share absolutely no traits whatsoever. Monty's a smart, savvy, extremely literate yes, but is definitely not book smart. Monty solves problems with his mind, the janitor solves problems.
Yeah, it might be
with his mind.
bugs.
In fact, in Kindergarten 1, Monty's mission is the only
He's the only one. Unless he throws us a curve and makes it
non-
nugget for whatever reason.
leaving us with only one real contender left, Bugs. And as a viewer of the
But
show,
Bugs
you've
makes
come to
a lot of
expect that
sense.
I've saved the best for last, and you'd absolutely be right. At a superficial level, it's interesting to note that Bugs and the janitor are the only two male characters across both games with gray hair. Sure, that could be because the janitor's in his 80s, but for Bugs, a 5-year-old kindergartner,
That is true.
odd detail.
Although, he may go into this, but I remember in the first game there was this whole thing about like you can insult Bugs to try and provoke him to attack you. At one point in the first game, like one thing was just one of the insults was like you saying that something won't make his dad come back because like he misses his dad and he like disappeared or something like that. And so maybe that would tie into the janitor. Maybe his dad was the janitor. I don't know.
Especially given that none of the other kids have any sort of gray hair. Nugget, by the way, is canonically a blonde, just in case you were wondering.
That's definitely a gray bear hair.
And luxurious.
On top of that, from going through all the dialogue in both games, the only characters in the game who are considered ugly enough to make comment on it are, you guessed it, the janitor and Bugs. First, in Kindergarten 1, the janitor mentions that you don't want to wake up in 20 years and look like me, do ya? He also specifically mentions that his baby was ugly. Then again, in Kindergarten 1, we have Monty telling the player that I wouldn't want to look like Bugs either. But obviously, all of this is superficial and tenuous, right? Two ugly characters with gray hair, big whoop. No amount of mild insult is going to make Bugs the janitor's son, so we need to look a little bit deeper for something that's really
I know where he's going with it.
Luckily for us, tragically for Bugs, we learn very quickly in the first game
I
that
knew it.
Bugs comes from a broken home. It's very clearly established that Bugs was abandoned by his dad at an early age, saying, quote, "My dad will come back. He just went to the store to get some cigarettes is all." Abandoned just like the janitor abandoned his young son. And don't you dare suggest that his deadbeat dad was anything but a stand-up guy, because if you do, Bugs is gonna beat the snot out of you, leading to his second connection with both dear old dad and also the janitor, solving problems with violence. Bugs is the school bully largely because of his disappearing dad. He says repeatedly throughout the first game that he resorts to violence purely because it's gonna make his dad proud. "My dad will come back. Get out of here, I'll beat you so hard I'll make him proud." And again, in a different section of game, "What do you want? Come to make more jokes about my dad before I beat you to death? They'll be so proud of me." Unlike Monty and Ozzy, Bugs just seems to have an inbuilt violence streak, just like our favorite member of the school custodial staff who spends all day threatening to pound, punch, or stab kids to get what he wants. Interestingly enough, research in the real world from places like the University of Washington have shown that kids that are exposed to violence or come from homes with domestic issues are statistically more likely to engage in violence with their peers in the real world. In other words, kids who get bullied at home are more likely to be the bully at school. Now, I'm certainly not implying that all kids who witness violence go on to become bullies in the real world, but for our purposes, Bugs, as the classroom bully, is statistically more likely to have had a violent parent. A parent who solves problems just like our good buddy the janitor over here. But not only is Bugs violent, he also has a long-standing history of covering his tracks, much the same way that the janitor hides.
That is very much so true. Like in the first game, his entire mission was to kill Miss Applegate, aka the teacher, aka a certain nickname that I can't say because, well, it's really.
His crimes. In both Kindergarten 1 and 2, we see the janitor burying bodies himself, or we help aid and abet him in doing so. And once you know it, in Kindergarten 1, we do the same thing with Bugs, where we're enlisted to try and convince Nugget to hide a bloody knife for us on Bugs' behalf in the Nugget cave. While the player's talking to Bugs about the cover-up, he says, "You want this thing hidden where no one will ever find it? Trust me, I know from experience." Confirming that this isn't Bugs' first time at the murder weapon hide and rodeo. That's a a line that could have just as easily come out of the janitor's mouth. But if good looks and sharing a love for committing murderous violence and subsequently covering it up isn't enough to prove that these two are cut from the same branch of the family tree, Sunny and Pop here also share a few other specific habits that clinch their relationship. In Kindergarten 1, the player needs to trade with the janitor for a powerful laser gun, and depending on your inventory, you can actually offer a few different things in this trade. The first one is pills, but the janitor isn't interested in those. They're also not particularly relevant to us since Bugs never mentions a propensity for pills. The next option is cigarettes, which the janitor says that he'll take in a pinch, but adds, some ciggies? Haven't had one of these since I was your age. In the moment, it seems like kind of a ridiculous thing to say until you realize that this habit apparently runs in the family. At another point in the game, you have an opportunity to foist over the same cigarettes to Bugs in the schoolyard, to which he responds, I've been robbing kids so I can buy these from Monty. Meaning that Bugs is actually smoking at his age, just like his dear old dad did. He's the only character who smokes other than the much older hall monitor. So it's an unusual detail to include here, but the janitor's preferences in this trade-off actually give us our biggest smoking gun for this theory. In that same laser trade-off moment, the last thing that you can offer the janitor is a flask, which he readily accepts, saying that Cindy's got the best stuff. Okay, give me the flask and you've got yourself a deal. It's the only thing that he actually wants, which doesn't necessarily seem out of character, but takes on a whole different light when you consider what Bugs misses most about his life.
Oh.
At recess, Bugs tells the player, I miss everything about him, even the way he used to drink excessively. He goes on to
Oh my
how
God.
he cherishes the memory of his mom forcing his dad to use a breathalyzer,
Yep.
as well as the flask that his dad used to use to get drunk. Wait a minute, a flask, you say? Flask? Oh, it's just like the one my dad used to get completely hammered from. Thanks, buddy. When you offer to give Bugs the flask, he's so grateful to have this connection with his dad that he gives you a monster mod card. I'm telling you, if the Bugs janitor connection wasn't intentionally put into this game in the first place, well, there's enough evidence here to at least make a theory about it and definitely include it in Kindergarten 3. Anyway you slice it, in all of these cases, Bugs and the janitor are the only two characters to share these sorts of preferences. Really, they're some of the only characters to share any sort of preferences in this game at all. And from their looks, the psychology of a scarred childhood, the fact that Bugs was abandoned by his father figure at an early age, the smoking, as well as the true smoking gun, the flask, all the evidence points to Bugs being the janitor's long-lost, or rather long-abandoned son. The apple doesn't fall too far from the tree, and if Bugs somehow manages to survive an entire year of kindergarten, well, we can probably expect him to follow in his father's bloody footprints. Now my only regret is that I couldn't also tie Agnes the dumpster hag in as Bugs' mother, but, you know, there just wasn't enough evidence.
That's okay, dearie. Wait for the third game. Something tells me I'll be back.
I was wondering why she was in the thumbnail.
And that's no theory.
No, it's not.
Oh,
But
Agnes.
this is a theory. A game theory.
Oh, that's cool.
This is just a sponsorship promo for Dollar Shave Club.
That's
Okay. Agnes, that was her name. Oh, that is freaking wow. I won't lie, I would have never made that connection. I didn't even know you could. I didn't even knew you could get like a flask in the second game. Wait, first game. Was it the first or second game? Did you get the flask? Actually, technically, you get both, don't you? In both games. I would have never thought to find the connection between Bugs and the janitor. I would have never thought of that sort of thing. Cause like they have, I know the kindergarten series has a lot of like little small stories entwined within the the bigger stories that do not only help you progress in the game, but also shed some light on past, like, the whole thing of him talking about how Cindy comes from like a home with bad domestic issues and whatnot. No, you instantly get that from her playing house all the time, and that helps you with that. There's the fact that she lost her dog. Her dog went missing. It's dead. I won't tell you the other bit about it, but let's just say that knowing her dog is missing helps you learn other things in some cases. And, oh my goodness. There's oh god, this is this dog. Yeah, that was an interesting theory.